Yeah, I would say that it's something that I feel like we've seen throughout the season. I think that we have a really resilient team. I think that we have a very hungry team. A lot of guys that are desperate, but not in a bad way. Desperate of almost like a eagerness and a exciting way of wanting to have success, wanting to feel success. The guys that were here last year and that have felt that heartache of having these close games and not being able to come out victorious on the other side of it. I think that we've been able to have that impression on the new guys on the team of like, hey, look, we know what it's like to come up short, and we know the things that we didn't do well to be able to have the victory. But knowing those things, being able to see that other side, being able to have those heartaches, I feel like gives us a different perspective on what it may take to be able to see victory on the other side. And I think that's where this team is. I think we have a lot of really hungry guys, man. It's really exciting to be able to see the offense and defense, special teams work hand in hand to be able to have success and to be able to come away with a victory like that. Something just popped in my head thinking about all three phases. You think about at the end of the game there, Marv had a huge punt return that put us in position to be able to go down and get points. And, it's little things like that you're not going to see it on the box score. You're not going to see it in the highlights, but it's small things like that allow us to be able to have success and be able to have wins, being able to find ways to be able to contribute wherever you can. And I think that's where this team is right now.
What does it mean to sweep the Raiders against first time to see that?
Man, if there was a word for it, I would need, once again, a thesaurus to be able to figure out exactly what it would be. But, I mean, and for easier terms, it feels amazing, man. It's great to be able to take care of divisional games, but to be able to do something that we haven't been able to do in a while here. It's good to be able to see the tide turn, and now it's upon us to keep it there. This division has been a tricky one here for some years, and it's on us to be able to find a way to turn that tide. And this was a step in the right direction today, being able to turn that tide, take care of these boys. It's a really good team as always. They put together a really good team. They fight really hard, and for us to be able to get two of those wins, two divisional wins, especially against the Raiders, is really nice. Man, I mean, I tell you guys each week that I feel like we're getting closer, and it's not perfect and it's not there yet, but it's getting closer. And I think that the beautiful thing is that through time we continue to find continue to find those connections, continue to find what works best for both of us, and I think that it's gonna be something special. We've been able to do some things, and I think that we're scratching the surface of it. It's not all the way there yet, which is an exciting thing. That's why I keep smiling about it, because we're not all the way there yet, and we're already starting to be able to see some success with the connection. And ultimately, I feel like through time and through continued just reps, in-game reps, you can do it in practice all day, but in-game reps and us being able to get on the same page is ultimately going to be able to get us more success, I feel like. And man, I'm so happy for him, man. The dude, I don't know, it's hard to say. You guys get to talk to him a lot, but he just comes to work, and he's just so humble and enjoys the game, man. And to have your quarterback be a guy that's like that, to be just so I don't know, like it's exciting to be able to have that guy back there as our quarterback and as our leader in the offense. And he has such a bright future, and we're gonna continue to keep getting better. He's gonna continue to keep getting better. Our offense is gonna continue to keep getting better, and we're gonna I feel like if we continue to have that mindset, we're gonna look up and be able to be happy where we end up at the end. Yeah, I mean, shoot, their defense was doing some things really well to kind of take us off of the rhythm of what we expected going into the game plan, and so it just became one of those things like, hey man, we just got to go. If they're gonna give us chances, we just got to go man on man, and just our guy's gonna be better than their guy, and I feel like we were able to find that rhythm there for a split second, and even a little bit later on in the game. But sometimes you got to just, my guy's gonna be better than your guy, and I appreciate him giving me those opportunities. I'm always telling him like, hey bro, I got you, and I'm the last person to go over to him. He has 1,000 things on his mind, and I'm not supposed to go over there and say, hey, give me the ball. It's like, hey bro, it's a little subtle. Hey, I got you, my boy. Just a little small reminder, when things aren't going the way we want them to go. We had a couple 3-and-outs, a couple drives that stalled because, like I said, their defense was doing things really well. And it's like when they want to run zero and give us opportunities to be able to get the ball out one-on-one, you got to take advantage of it. And we started being able to find that rhythm and kind of got him out of it for a little bit. Yeah. Man, it's crazy. The games kind of just flow. The years kind of flow together, and you remember certain games and this and this and that. But when Pat had told me that we hadn't beat these guys in Oakland or in Vegas in like the past 10 years, I was like, that's crazy to think about. Because I feel like we always play them really well. But to know that we hadn't been able, we've fallen short that many times, it was kind of disappointing, I guess you can say. But for us to be able to take care of these two, winning the first one at home in the throwbacks, which were really clean, of course, and then being able to come here and take care of business and get the win here in Vegas. Like I said earlier, I think it's the tide is turning, and the Broncos are in a spot where we want to be at back in the AFC West, and I think that that's a really exciting spot to be in. Job's not finished. We got two really big, AFC West games ahead of us, and looking forward to both of them. But it's nice to be able to take care of these two and move on to the next one. The most important one now after this is, go put this film to bed tomorrow, and Cleveland. We got Cleveland on Monday, and they're playing really well with Jameis right there, and I get to see my boy Jerry, which is gonna be fun. But yeah, man, it's nice to be able to take care of those two and be able to get those wins and kind of get that monkey off our back. Yeah, they kind of it was something similar to what they have been giving us most of the game, and it's kind of like it's like a dare. It's like them boys was like, hey, we gonna give you one-on-one. What you gonna do with it? And Bo gave me a chance. That's all we need, man. Bo gave me a chance. We was able to capitalize on it, and our guy was better than their guy that day on that play.
Courtland, we've seen you pass, catch, and today you even tied Ben Thomas. Talk about that. Pitching in to help him out.
Yeah, we joke about it all the time. The more you can do, the more you can do. That's all we talk about. The more you can do. And so I seen him right there, and I'm like, I asked him, I was like, you got it? He just real bluntly was like, no. And so I was able to tie it up for him and get it going. But man, I think that it shows like the brotherhood that we have on this team and in this locker room. Guys really, care about each other, and I think that says a lot about how this season's been going, in terms of the record, in terms of these games. I think we have a lot of people in our locker room that really care about each other, and I think that when you have that, it allows guys to want to play harder for each other. It might even be a unconscious thing of going out there and you're just like, man, I don't want to let my brother down. And I think that is something that is allowing us to be able to play with a sense of urgency, a sense of pride, a sense of excitement. And, it's just day by day, man, day by day, week by week, and we'll look up and add it up at the end, as my receivers coach says.